I hope to God he doesn't come over. I have been seeing him everywhere I go. My parents don't believe when I tell them he's there. My friends don't believe me. I have been running and moving since I was young to avoid him, but no matter where I go, he's always there. It's all it all started when I was younger. I was sick. I really was sick. But with the help of a lot of doctors, I got better. The doctors said I have to take some medicine for the rest of my life. But when I grew a little older, I forgot to take them for a week. After that week, I realized I wasn't getting sick anymore, and my parents did not even notice that I stopped, so I never took them again. Around this time I was 16, I met Roger. He smiled at me and noticed me. We walked home from school together every day, and he was always there for me. He encouraged me to go for the things I love and kept me company when I had no one. He was my best friend. I was living for him, and I would have died for him. He was everything to me, and I know that I was everything to him. Things went wrong. After Roger started to fall for me, I saw him as a close friend and wasn't interested in him in that way. And I trusted him, so when he confessed his feeling, I was comfortable enough to tell him that I did not feel the same. I expected him to understand and for us to move on because we were that close and he was a great friend. Instead, he exploded on me. He accused me of leading him on and called me a lot of different names. I was so mad and hurt, but I tried to calm him down and tell him that he's being hurtful. He got even angrier. He screamed at me even more, so I walked away. I went home and cried into my pillow that night. He kept blowing up my phone with texts and voicemails filled with insult and rage. I finally had enough, and that night I blocked him. He changed his number and I blocked him again. He started attacking me on Instagram, so I deactivated my accounts and changed my number. He stopped texting me, and but I started seeing him everywhere in real life. He would follow me to school and send me flowers at my part-time job. I told my parents whenever I saw him outside our house, but they would brush it off because he would disappear before they saw him. They got more and more worried about me. I saved all my money from work. My allowance moved far away the moment I turned 18. I told no one where I was going and left in the middle of the night when no one could see me. Once I arrived at the new place, I felt safer until I started seeing him everywhere again, at the shops near my house and at the park. I could not leave my house without seeing him, and I knew he wanted to hurt me. I called the police and opened a harassment case, but they told me that unless he actually hurt me, there is nothing they can do. I was on my own. I kept moving and moving and moving for years, and he kept finding me. I finally mastered the courage to call my parents one day because I was at my wits' end. I could not do this on my own anymore. On my 21st birthday, I told my parents where I was and what's been happening. Only thing my father had to say was, "My baby, my sweet child, have you been taking your pills?" I told him I stopped when I was 18 and I did not need them anymore. The next day, my parents were on a flight to come and stay with me. What I did not expect was for them to have me involuntarily committed to a mental hospital. I was so hurt. I was not a sick child anymore. My paranoid schizophrenia was cured when I was a child. How could they do this to me? I took the pills they gave me just to prove the point. It's obviously purely a coincidence that I never saw Roger again, but I know that he's still out there watching me. I know, I just know it. I'm not crazy, right? Well, I cannot say much about it. Thank you for sharing.